Raquel with the Lady and Her Stamps, and today we're going to be making this adorable box. We'll be making the actual shape of the box, but we'll also be trying to make the design that's on top. Okay, so what we're working with today is the Bonanza Buddies bundle. We don't have the framelits. We're not working with the framelits right now, but there's a stamp set and there's also the bundle that goes with it. And here is the stamp set. And the stamp set is called Bonanza Buddies. And it's got these adorable little creatures here, and it's got a box and things like that. And I'll show you, bring out one of the designer series papers. It is so cute. If you have kids and you're making like kids birthday cards, birthday decorations or anything like that, this would be so super cute. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started and making this box. I'm gonna put the stamp set right there. We will need that. And I'm gonna put the box over here. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna put the actual box together. Some of these other supplies that I need, I'll put off to the side. Let's start with this. So this is the base of the box, and the measurements for this are 10.5 inches by 7 inches. So 10.5 by 7. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some scoring, and I've already done the scoring. You can kind of see that I've done that. The scoring for the 7-inch side is 1.5 and 5.5, and then you're going to turn it while it's in your either in your trimmer or on your scoreboard, and you're going to score this side. This is the 10.5 side. You're going to score this at 1.5, 4.5, 6, and 9 inches. Okay, and then you'll be ready to put the box together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my bone folder, and I'm just going to score. I'm going to burnish all of the scores that I've made on this box. So let's put these together. Here we go. All right, so everything has been scored on, or I keep saying scored, so sorry. Everything has been burnished. Okay, so now what we're going to do a little bit of cutting, and I'm going to bring up my big scissors here, and we're going to do a little bit of cutting. What we're going to do is we are just going to cut on all of these score lines right here, and just like this, and then do the other side. Turn the box around, do the other side. Here we go. And now you can see, so it's going to be folded up like this and then go in like that. So there's a couple things that we want to do. This will be the inside of our box. As you can see that it kind of cradles this way. And so we know we want some of these little designs on the outside. So there's a couple things that we need to do to it before we get there. So what I'm going to do is, I know that I think I'm going to make this side the bottom of my box. So I'm just going to cut along these these tabs here just a little bit, especially these right here. Just a little bit of, whoops, I'm trying to get to it there. And then cut these and move them away. And I'm going to do this side just a little bit. And then do this side as well. I'm just taking off the corners, just a little bit of taking off the corners so that it's easy to fold and put together. And do the same on this side. Feel free to speed this part up if you get to it. I will not feel that. All right, so all of these are done except for these big tabs. I guess I could do the big tabs too, but I'm okay as long as we have the other ones done. All right, so now that we have that part done, let me move these, move these out of the way. And put those in the trash. Now that we have this part done, we need to bring our box together like this. Bring these together and then bring this part here together. So what we're going to do is we're going to put snail, maybe I'll use some green glue on it, because snail might not keep it together as strong as I really want it to. So I'm going to use a little bit of this green glue. Some glue on it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. That will hold any box together, right? All right, so we've got that goes on there, and I have to start pulling it together. This side is going to go here. Kind of, let's push these together first, and then let's push these together. And then let's fold this back so we can see where it is that we're trying to put this other tab. There we go. And the good thing about this green glue, it does give you a little bit of wiggle room as you're making your box. And who couldn't use the wiggle room? Okay, so now we have the bottom of our box done, which is like this. The inside, the bottom of our box is done. Okay, so then that leaves just the top portion of this, and we would do the top portion the exact same way. However, what I want to do is I want to punch out a little space right here. So I'm going to lay my box out flat, just like this, and I'm going to bring in some of my supplies. I know that I have these two pieces, one for the front, one for the back. They're easy to put on the back, more so than to put on the front, and especially since I want to put them in a particular place. So this piece of designer series paper is cut at 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, and so I'm going to put this on here. And I'm putting it in this direction because when it opens, I want it to be facing front. So we're just like this, okay? So I have that down, and while we're here, let's just go ahead and put the other ones down. So I need some on this side. I'm just gonna put a little bit here, because my green glue is deciding that it's just making an entire mess. It feels like, oh, I'm gonna make a mess. Okay, and then let's go in here and get the rest of these out. So that's a top. I really don't need a top just yet, but I do need these two little sides right here. So let's do these two little sides, and I can trim off that little piece that's right there. Let's do this other side, just like this. So now we have all three of these sides down. And like I said, I'm gonna trim off just that little bit that's right there. That is trying to make a mess. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna get a circle punch. This is going to go in the back, so we can put that there in a second. I'm just going to get a circle punch. I'm going to use this 2-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to go in just a little ways, and not even, just maybe about 1/4 ways in, and then punch that out. And that's just so I can put my finger there when I'm opening up the box. Okay, and I guess these did not get to be, didn't get to cut these, so I'm going to cut those along the side there. Garbage. And then do this one. Come up there. And I think that's okay. That's fine. Now let's take the box and put the glue. Put some glue on this side. And glue on this side. It's coming out so crazy. and fold this over. Fold it in like that, just so it meets the corner, just like that. And this one will fold, whoops, we'll fold in and then make the corner right there, just like that. Hopefully I have all this on camera. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now you can see the box goes back, just like that. Just like that. Okay. So let's see, I want to make sure that stays right there, and then you open it up this way. But you have enough on there. It will stick. Okay, just like that. And now what we want to do, this back part, we did not put one on the back part, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. And then put my back piece on. Just like that. Okay. So now we have the front, and it opens up just like that. All right. So now we're going to get to the top of the box. And for the top of the box, actually, I guess I could pull all these out now. The top of the box, we have our, let's see, I'm going to close this up here. The top of the box, we have the square, the basic black square, and then the designer series paper. And that's this portion here. And all we need to do is just, we're going to glue this part to it. And this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this is 3.5 by 2.5. So it kind of just went down just a 1/4 inch. And we'll layer that on there. And then what we're going to do, we need to take this piece of yellow, and then let me see if I can remember the name, yellow, Daffodil Delight, and it's, I think it's rush, yeah, rush ribbon, Daffodil Delight. And then what we're going to do is this part we can use our snail for. And let me find my snail. There it is. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that this is the right side. I'm going to put a little bit of snail there, and I'm going to attach my ribbon right there in the corner or on the side, and then pull this over and attach it to the other side so that it's straight on both sides, straight across there. Okay, and then what I want is I want some dimensionals because I know I'm going to pop this part up. So I'm just going to lay those down on here until I get ready to put them on. So we're going to finish this whole thing out and then we'll put that on. So I have that just like that. And then I have a piece of Bermuda Bay, and that's what color the box is. I don't know if I said that or not. But this is Bermuda Bay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put a banner in it. And I could use the banner punch, which I usually do use the banner punch, but sometimes when I'm just going at it, I try to wing it. Doesn't always work, but I do try to wing it. Okay. And that is going to sit right there, just like that. And then we have some stamping to do, and then we'll cut this and this out in a second. Let's do this. I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on here just to hold it down. I know this is where I want it to be. I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on there. And do it just like this. The other one was a little bit higher. There we go. So that's straight enough. Okay, now let's get our sentiment out. sentiment. I'm gonna use, and I need a block. This is better. This block is better. I should have had that already laid out, but I did not. I'm gonna use some StazOn ink. The card that I knocked over is the card that I made the other day that goes along with this cute little set. Okay. Then we're gonna ink this up. This is in our StazOn ink. Ink that up a little bit, and then I'm just going to line that up on my little grid right there, and right in the center, hopefully. I'm going to stamp. There we go. And let's see. Can we put a banner in this one? Yeah. Just gonna make a little banner in this one too. Really quickly. All right, so that part's done. We know that's going to go in there. Let's do the inside. Now that's basically all the stamping that we need to do is this part right here. Close up our StazOn ink. And we're going to bring out our piece of designer series paper that has this adorable little bird on it. And there's one right here, but there's also one right here. This one is kind of, he's going the opposite direction. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your framelit and then you kind of go where it is that you want to cut him out on whatever, you know, it doesn't have to be this paper. It could be whatever paper you want it to be. And then just cut him out. So what I'm going to do is I want this guy right here. So I am going to kind of cut along here. I know I'm gonna cut there along the other guy's feet. But there it is. That's the bird that I want. And then I also know that I want to use this scalloped one that kind of goes around it. I'm going to use that on the black. So we're going to move this out of the way. We're going to bring the big shot in. And we're going to cut both of these out at one time. So let me move these over here just for a second. Let's bring the big shot in. And bring the big shot out. So we have that piece there. And we're gonna fix our guy over here, just like that. We can cut them both out at one time. I don't want to shake things too much. Okay. Over there. Let's move these off here. And we don't have to have the big shot there in the way. So we've cut out our pieces with our framelits. These framelits are the stitch dies framelits, and these framelits, this I keep calling them framelits, they're dies. This die is from the scalloped dies. This one's the stitched circle dies. Yeah. All right, and now what we're going to do, we're going to lay this on here flat. Use some of this crazy glue that I did not want to come out. And we're just going to layer him on there. Just like that. And then bring back in our other pieces. And let's get our dimensionals back out. And we're going to pop it. We are going to pop him up just because the other pieces, they're popped up, but we want this really to be sitting up high. So I think maybe I'll do one there and then one over here on this side. All right, so all of his pieces are done. I'm gonna put those there. And then pop him up right there, just like that. We use some blue dots for the bow. Just like that. And I used a different bow this time, just using this pretty yellow bow. And for the last piece, now this one, I have this one popped up. He's kind of bent in the middle, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to take a dimensional. Whoops, I just took the glue off of it. Take the dimensional, put it right here. Take this other dimensional, put it right here. And then both of them are going to sit there. And that's kind of the way I did the other one, but there's another dimensional sitting in there. Okay, so this part is done. And now we have these dimensionals that are on the back. So we are going to pop the backs off of those, just like this. And then pop this right on there, just like that. And now you have the two boxes.